Hey y'all, I'm Tiffany with Hilltop Tulips, and I have my daughter with me today, Althea.
Hey everyone.
And today we are going to talk about what we are using to homeschool this little lady for the 7th grade. So if you guys have a middle schooler or you're interested in homeschooling, definitely stay tuned. So I did a video last year showing what we were using to homeschool her for 6th grade. It was our first year of homeschooling. She did public school through 5th grade. Then we decided to switch to homeschool for 6th going forward. So you guys, if you want to learn more about our homeschool journey, how we got started, all those fun things, I'm going to link that video in the description down below, and you guys go ahead and check it out. Today I'm going to try to keep it a little more short and simple and just tell you guys basically the curriculum and some of the supplies that we're using this year. We are going to use your favorite Power Homeschool. I had planned to switch to bookwork only, but she really enjoyed Power Homeschool last year, and it really worked well for us because they grade her work and I can just keep up with what she's done on the parent side without having to go in and grade every single paper every single day, because I do work full time. I work from home, but it's still like punching the clock. I got to be there at a certain time. You know, it's not working for myself from home. So with the demands that I have from my job, it's great for her to be able to log into Power Homeschool and get her work done. And you like it because it's on the computer and you don't like a lot of books, right?
Yeah, do you hear if I get
Go ahead.
I think it's easier for me to learn this way because it's not as distracting, and it's way quicker. Not that I'm trying to rush through my work, but I think it's way quicker. And also what I said about it not being distracting, because it's harder when you have to go through a bunch of books and stuff, and I know that kind of sounds lazy, but I'm just saying it's a little bit harder when you have to go through your books and find the books and everything. So when you can go on here and you have Google Docs and Power Homeschool and all these things to all the resources, why not go ahead and use them? So I like this way better than books.
And I did learn about her last year that she does not do well with clutter. You should see her room. Not a good representation of that fact that I just gave you guys. But she does not like a bunch of books, like minimal books. If she could just have this laptop and that's it, she'd be great. So it's important to learn your kid and kind of figure out like what learning style they have, what they like to use and what they don't. So last year we used a different composition book for each subject. That actually ended up being a little wasteful because there were so many papers that were unused in the whole notebook, and it was one of the composition ones, so it's not like you can just tear it out and everything, you know. So and then she didn't like having to switch between books, so she wasn't taking notes like she was supposed to because she didn't want to go pull out a different book for each subject. So that brings me to my point. This year I got the 5-star 5-subject notebook, and each section is for a different subject. And I didn't get these before because I was like, that's not a lot of paper, but she used less than this in her composition book last year.
And so, even in public school, I always felt bad at the end of the year because we would hand in our composition books and I would have done like 5 pages, and I'm like, we just chopped down like 8 trees for that. Why am I not
and we're not great at zero waste, but we do try to limit it as much as we can. So that was just really wasteful using a separate composition book for each one, and it's stressful to her to pull out different ones. So we switched to this year, and I feel like it's doing great. She pulls this out at the beginning of the day, and she doesn't have to go grab her other notebooks to take her notes. Then we got just a regular planner. This is divided up by the months, and then each month is broken down into, this is 1 week. And so I put things on here like her dance class and trips to the library that we plan to take and stuff like that, and then also her classes for each day. Even though it's really repetitive, it helps her to be able to check it off or highlight it or however she marks it out.
And then it's much less overwhelming when I'm like, oh my gosh, I have so much to do, and then I check out something and I'm like, okay, well, it's not that bad and I can get it done.
Yeah, so she knows she does math every day, but I still write it every day, so it's something that she can check off. And then we have just a regular 3-ring binder with some page protectors. It's upside down. We just started, so there's not a lot in here. But if she ever prints out like special lessons from Power Homeschool or her schedule from her other curriculum that we're using that I'm going to tell you guys about in just a minute. And then just different little things that she would actually need a 3-ring binder to hold together. There's not going to be a lot in here, but keeps it all in one spot. And then over here we just have our textbooks and our novels from the other curriculum I'm going to tell you guys about. And we're using The Care and Keeping of You. This is number 1, but we have number 2 as well, so we'll go over this for health. Still, we used it some last year, but there's some topics that are more appropriate for older kids. So without further ado, let's get into the curriculum. Do you want to show them what you're doing on Power Homeschool?
I don't know how to.
Just your regular list of courses.
Okay.
Just read them out.
So I have Earth Science.
That's every day.
Yes. Personal Finance, which is like once every week or maybe twice every week.
I think it's twice a week, yeah.
Okay. And then Elementary Ecology.
That one's twice a week.
Correct me if I'm saying that wrong.
Ecology, yeah.
Elementary Engineering. I did this last year, but it was very interesting, and we kind of started it towards the end of the year because we had finished some subjects early, so we were like, we'll just go ahead and throw this in, and we didn't get to finish it. So we started again this year.
And she does that once a week, I think. Collaborative
Theater.
That was one I threw in for her to just check out. I haven't added it to her agenda yet. She just looks at that if she has some free time. But she's so into Hamilton right now, so I figured collaborative theater would be fun for her to learn about.
Grade 7 Math.
Yep, and that's just general for her age, just general math. Next year, I'm not sure if there's a grade 8 or if we're going to start with pre-algebra. I'll have to take a look at it, but I'm going to link the Power Homeschool website down below, and you can see a course list. So whatever age group you're looking at, it'll give you a list of classes that are available for that age group.
And then Language Arts, which is another one we do every day.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think that's it. Yeah, and then they have their own little library, and in each subject, sometimes you'll get special classes. Do you want me to go into all that?
Special lessons?
Yeah. Sometimes
yeah, it's
you'll get
just
special
little,
lessons.
I don't even require those unless I feel like it's something that she needs extra work on. If it's something that she's got, I'm not just going to give her extra work to give her extra work. So we don't always do the special lessons, but sometimes. Comment down below if you guys want me to do a more comprehensive overview of Power Homeschool and let you know how we use it. Put some screenshot stuff in. We can do that, but that's what we use for her main classes. We do pay for the subscription monthly, but it's really not super expensive, and I think they have like family discounts if you have more than one child, so that's good too. And then what we have in here, her schedule, is for woke homeschool. So the name is silly. I don't necessarily love the word woke. I feel like it's cliche. I don't know. But anyway, I love the content that they cover. I love the topics that they cover. We're using that for social studies and history kind of together. And I'm going to link that down below as well so you guys can check it out. One thing that I don't love about it is there are a ton of books. So I have worked over the summer getting the books that she needs that we couldn't just get from the library. A lot of the novels and things like that you can just get from your local library, but the textbooks I really wanted her to have so we can keep them in our personal library. She could take notes, things like that. But it has day 1, day 2, day 3, and day 4. And she has a reading from the textbook for each day and a reading from the novel for each day. And then there's experience and discuss and reflect. So it's different little activities that she can do. And I go ahead and take a look at the week ahead of time and highlight like everything that she's going to do on day 1 is in blue. And she doesn't need to worry about the rest of this yet. Everything that she's going to do on day 2 is orange. And then they also, you download a PDF as the book. So I sent it to her to download on her computer, and I have it on my phone. And then where it says like videos where you watch this or watch that, she can go to the textbook, the PDF textbook, and go ahead and pull it up from this link. She doesn't have to like go searching for it or anything like that. So I like how it's all in the interactive textbook as well that you download. And like I said, I like the content that it teaches. It's real history. It's not, it's history from a decolonized perspective, if that makes sense. And you can definitely check out their website and see if it may be something that's right for you. I want her to learn the truth, whether that's comfortable or not. And it's definitely important to read ahead of them so you can determine, yeah, this is our textbook. So you can determine whether or not you want to explain it differently or to give your kid a heads up about what they're going to be learning, because there are unfun topics in history, but I feel like it's really important for her to still know those things and to still know the truth. So I was really excited to start Woke Homeschool, and I do enjoy it. I have read all the books personally. I worked on that over the summer too, reading everything ahead of her so I would know what she was reading when she got to it.
It's something for somebody who likes reading and who can really get into it, especially the novel. I feel like it's a certain reading level. It's just different. It's very different, especially from Power Homeschool, which that was what I did last year. Like that was the base of that was the base of my schoolwork. So this is a little different. It's more books than I would personally like, but I like reading, so I'm fine. But it's more books than I'd like, and I just think you should keep that in mind, that it's a lot of books.
It is a lot of books. That's what I was going to say. I do make it a point every weekend to make sure I have their stuff organized. They help me too. Make sure their school stuff stays organized, and then I make sure whatever books she needs, we have like a little bin over on a shelf, and I make sure she has the books she needs for that week. So even though it is a lot of books and she doesn't like the switching over and the book clutter and all that, I don't have any other way to get this content. This is the best way to get this content into her, I feel. So we're going to keep doing it this way, even though it is a lot of books and it's a lot of reading. She's definitely a reader. She loves reading, and it's still really time consuming. But they do, like I said, they only have day 1 through 4. So on Friday, she can catch up on anything she hasn't read or look deeper into anything that she wants to look deeper into, research anything further, because we're just getting started. We're in, week 3 right now. And I think maybe if it hadn't happened yet, she's going to find things that she wants to know more about. Even as comprehensive as this is, she's going to find things that she wants to learn more about and research on her own. So that's what day 5 would be for as well.
Also, oh man, I think I lost, the journal. There's a journal that you use throughout the week. We've only done maybe 1 or 2 weeks, so I'm not sure if you use it.
It's the same every week, yeah.
Yeah. And there's here, can I do it?
Mm-hmm.
There are okay, so here's just 1 week, and it has your topic and your date, and then it says this week I learned, and it says pretend you're a reporter deciding on the most important things to share from this week's history lesson. Which is really nice. I love the way they explain it, because in public school, teachers kind of walk around it. So I'm really happy with the way that they decide to explain this. And it's got 4 parts that you can write in, and it says I want to learn more about, and you write that there. And then it says new words that I've learned, and then my reflection. So if it didn't get it covered here, I can get it covered here. And yeah, I think it makes a lot more sense, and having it all be on 1 or 2 pages is a lot easier and a lot less overwhelming, especially with the amount of reading I'm doing each day and every week. It breaks it up evenly. It breaks it up very nice. So I love the way they did it, and I love learning about this kind of thing. So it's very easy for me to take in.
Yeah, and we also are doing, we're learning Cornell notes. I feel like that is a great way to take notes, and I feel like learning how to take notes is super important because I was never specifically taught how to take notes, and I would just write everything down. So we have a YouTube video that we watch. Well, there's a couple of them. I'll throw those in the description as well, just showing how to take Cornell notes, and then I just have her practice that while she's watching her videos or while she's doing her reading or things like that, filling out those Cornell notes. And so really that's it. We are just in the very beginning of the year. We try to keep it really basic. I don't want to add on a lot in the very beginning and overwhelm her. We will throw in other things as she finishes subjects. With Power Homeschool, you pick how many steps you're going to do, and I try to kind of break it up even, but she's free to go through. If she's finishing something early, if she's like something's easy for her and she's done everything that was required for that day, she's free to keep working. If it's easy, she wants to keep doing it, she's enjoying it, just keep going. So and each course has a different amount of steps for the year. So she's going to finish some things early, and that's when we'll add in other things, or as I see that she needs more help on something, we'll add in other things. Like last year, we didn't start out doing math facts, but I realized that she was having a really hard time with basic multiplication. And I did too. I'm not a math person. So we put in math practice.
You're just calling me out.
She needed more help on that, so we put that in. We added in the vocabulary, but now that's covered in the Woke Homeschool curriculum. So as I see that she needs work on things, we might add in some things or take some things out. We adjust. I fill out for the whole 9 weeks. We do 4 sets of 9 weeks, and I fill out for the whole 9 weeks at one time, and then if I see anything that's urgent to change, we'll change that. But we just reevaluate each 9 weeks and see if we still like what we're doing, if we still feel like we're benefiting, if she's still enjoying it, because learning doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be like pulling teeth. It can be fun. So if there's something that, math, she's probably never going to like. I don't like. My husband is a math whiz. He's great.
Glad I didn't have to break that one to you.
Yeah, but it is not my thing. I'll watch the video with her to be able to help her. So I'll be like, okay, let me learn this real quick, and then I can sit down and help her with it. So math's not either one of our things, so we might just have to battle through that every year. But some optional things, if she's not enjoying it, we'll find a different way to do that if it's necessary.
Another thing that's good about homeschool, and I said a bunch of this in the last video, but if you haven't seen that one, you should definitely go watch it, and I'm just going to say it again if you haven't. But that's another thing that's really, really amazing that I love about homeschool, because if I'm not getting it, and they have help videos on Power Homeschool if you're not getting it, but if it still just won't crack through, I can go to Google and look up a chart on how to do it and print that out and put it in my notebook. Instead of taking notes, I can just print that out, look at it, find a way that it works.
Or go to Khan Academy.
Yep, Khan Academy.
We use that for math. I don't know if she's used it yet this year. It's kind of remedial in the very beginning anyway. But she has Khan Academy as a different way to learn whatever the topic is that they're learning. They explain it a little different. So she has all these different resources. So we will make it through math somehow. So this is Khan Academy that she was talking about, and they do cover like a full curriculum. They have like grade 6 math, and they cover the whole thing. So if you're trying to homeschool for free, or you just don't like the curriculum that you're using for math and you want to try something different, this one's free, and it covers everything they'll need to learn in a specific grade.
Very easy to work through too. Mom's not very tech savvy, and she can navigate through this very, very easily. I'll be struggling, and she'll be like, hey, let's pull up Khan Academy, and I'm like, okay. if you say so. And she'll pull up the video real quick. It's really easy to navigate.
Yep, so good for parents and kids, Khan Academy. So if you guys have any questions about anything that we've talked about, definitely leave that in the comments below. We'll probably do another a mid-year follow-up and let you know if we've changed anything, if we added or taken anything out, how we're feeling about the year. So I just want to thank you guys for watching the video with me today, and also because I just hit 1,000 subscribers. Yay! So I could not have done it without y'all. Literally, y'all are the subscribers. So if you are not already subscribed, join the club. Click the little subscribe button down below.
We gotta find out what the fandom name. We gotta figure out what that's gonna be.
Put that in the comments down below. We need a name for our little Hilltop Tulips group. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing, liking, and sharing. Thank you for all your support. We are so excited that we've gotten this far. I did not know that this was going to happen, but I'm so excited that we are here, and I couldn't have done it without y'all.
I've wanted a YouTube channel since I was little. I can't believe I'm doing this right now.
Yeah, when I said I was recording, she was like, what?
Like, I told you this for years.
So she's living through Hilltop Tulips with me. So thank you guys. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.